Hi there, I'm Tom, back with Wasteland Maniacs, and welcome to the second card showcase of the set Lovable Lunatics. This time we'll take a look at the cards from 11 to 20 and we'll start right away with the card number 11, Voltage Disruptor. It is a level 3 electric card that works as a countermeasure against other electric decks, in making all their cards cost 1 more energy to play. All of your opponent's cards with an electric symbol in their type require 1 more energy to be played. It doesn't matter what type the additional paid energy is, but it slows down your opponent significantly. So a very powerful guard if you know what deck you're up against. Next up we have yet another electric guard. Battery is a level 4 card and rewards you for playing a lot of electric cards by accumulating fusion counters until you have enough to practically play a card for free. Here we already have an example of an activated ability, something I'm gonna talk about in my next video. Card 13 is a card I very much like, and that is because of 2 things. Firstly, Cliffs of Sacrifice can be very powerful if you're willing to let go of a few cards and health. Secondly, its subtype. Currently there isn't much to do with Lance energy sources, but in the next set they are gonna get a lot of support and eventually will probably become a very powerful deck strategy, but we'll get to that eventually, not today. Propulsion from the Underworld is a level 2 skill that requires 2 types of energy and a hybrid unit with power 5, so there are fairly many requirements for this to be used. But it is a card that can be very powerful in the later parts of the game, and you can convert your entire graveyard to massive amounts of damage. Outside of that there isn't much to say about this card. Just put a portion of all of your graveyard into banishment and smash your opponent's face. Not literally. Next up on our list is Mace Mage, a double type level 8 unit with an ability that might sound convoluted but isn't actually that complicated. Basically, whenever Mace Mage attacks or counterattacks, you can decide where its damage goes and in what quantity. So you could assign 2 damage to the attack unit and 3 to another, or all 5 to a unit that isn't involved in combat at all, or simply just decide that Mace Mage should deal 5 damage to the attacked unit as with any other unit. Outside of that, Mace Mage is a fairly simple and solid unit. It has good power and very good health stats, and even though it only has 5 attack, it can still be boosted with gear, so that the ability wreaks absolute havoc. Card number 16 is a kinetic level 5 unit with generally high stats, but Sky Golem of Stone has a significant drawback with its ability to only be able to attack every other turn. This means that offensively you're taking a big hit since you can only utilize the Golem's big body as an offensive threat only half the turns it is in play. To compensate for that though, you can sacrifice it later on in the game to give a significant stat boost to a unit, preferably one of your own. But the majority of the stat boost is tied to the kinetic armor, so just like with the Voltage Disruptor, the usefulness of this card is gonna depend on the matchup. Now we're gonna look at a card that can potentially be backbreaking to your opponents. Ward of Insight is a level 4 thermal guard with no active effect, but the gain of information. Since all of your opponents play with their hands revealed, you know exactly what to look out for and what to prepare for in the upcoming turns, and your plans still remain a secret to your opponents. And those plans can now be planned accordingly to your opponent's range of actions. Lightning Storm is our next card, and it is a guard that sits on the playing field, and whenever it's your turn, you get to chip away at a unit of your choice. But the damage you deal is electric, so even though this card has the thermal type as well, it's best suited in a mainly electric deck. In addition to that, when eventually all of your opponent's units are dead, the effect still comes into play, so you have to damage one of your units. But hopefully you'll be able to kill your opponent before this drawback stabs you in the back. The last 2 cards featured in this video are both quite similar in what they do. They are level 2 cards for electric and thermal respectively. Lightning Shot deals 2 damage while Dynamite deals 3 damage. However, that shift in damage is manifested in the power level of both cards, with Dynamite having a power requirement of 3, whereas Lightning Shot only demands 2 power of the unit using the skill. And that is all for today. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and with that I say thanks for watching and until next time.